Tonight on 8.5-bit, the SNES Mini, Hob, and Golf Story.
Swing.
Click.
Welcome, friends of all designs, to episode 227 of 8.5-bit, which I'm sure is going to be the most...
Dancing Vox-filled episode of them all.
Yeah, that works. That's fine. Okay, I'm your host, Paul, and joining me today are my good friends, James.
Hello.
And Amy.
Hello.
And friends, I guess I've got a question for you. Did you get a SNES Mini?
I did.
Good.
I haven't opened it because I'm saving it for a present.
You're so good at not talking to your own microphone,
I know,
James.
I'm good at buying SNESes and not opening them.
You have a long history of buying presents for yourself and not doing
No, it's
them.
not for me, it's for Cheryl.
I know, but it's just
But
a
it's
long
really
history
for
of you.
me.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, it's to get you some brownie points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
No, it's her birthday's coming up, so it was nicely timed. Luckily, she doesn't listen to the show.
So what you're saying?
Oh, you sure?
So what you're saying is that this is a present you had to put very little thought into.
It was more of a happy accident that I'd already bought it, and I was thinking, what can I get it for a birthday? Oh, that's right.
How about this thing I
Mini.
bought for myself,
Yes.
but I
Yeah.
don't really need?
Yeah.
So I can give it to her instead. It's like re-gifting
It
something
was
that
for
you
me. It's
also purchased.
Preemptive regifting.
When
Oh,
I
nice.
when I was younger, my primary school had Father's Day stalls.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a notebook with a puppy on it. I bought that notebook for me.
Yeah.
And I gave it to my dad for Father's Day.
and he
It's like
kept that
that.
Yeah.
notebook forever.
No,
and
he
used
didn't.
the hell out of it.
I took it back. It's worse than that, James.
I bought Dad the novelization of Doom,
I forgot that thing existed.
but I never read it either. He
think-
tried to read it. You read the Doom novels, didn't you?
I think I tried as well, and it was not well written.
I seem to recall them getting more interesting as they went along.
I think it had something to do with virtual reality, and I don't know. It was strange and forgettable.
It started off literally going down corridors and picking up the red key and going to the red door, and then by the end it was some weird VR nightmare sci-fi thing. But I don't know. I didn't read it, so let's just make it up. There was also ghosts.
Oh, I like ghosts.
Yeah. So the SNES Mini came out in
I'm
the
buying a
last
Raspberry
week.
Pi.
And you're just going to tell everyone about it all the time.
Exactly.
I mean, actually, why bother? Why even bother with the Raspberry Pi?
Why even bother with the SNES Mini?
Have you seen how cute that thing is?
It's a
It
cute
is.
little
Yeah.
bundle of
And look at
collectible relaxation.
And this box, look at it when it dances. It's a cute box, and
it dances.
I think really one of the main things is you want the controllers.
Yeah.
'Cause the
like
controllers
like
are
buy
hot.
USB ones.
Yes, and there's good things like the Bitendo controllers, which you can use on the Switch and everything as well. But does this all work? And
Yeah,
how
it's
much work do
true.
you actually want to put into playing retro games?
It's true.
Now, because I actually don't know. Like, I spent a lot of my teen years playing through retro games that I sort of wanted to play as a kid, but didn't have because I didn't have consoles as a child. But you're younger than us, and so do you actually have any desire? Like, at the moment on the TV, we've got Kirby's Dream Course going, one of the greatest games of all time.
I like Kirby.
How likely are you going to be to play Gerby's Dream Course?
Well, if I had a Raspberry Pi with it on, I would probably play it.
Would
eventually.
you?
Yeah.
Eventually.
Once what? Once
I got to it.
And when's that?
A few years, hopefully.
Never. Because the games are slowing down. That's for sure, isn't it? You're on top of all the games you want to play right now.
Definitely.
Definitely. There's nothing that you haven't got to yet. So you're just like, you know what? Gotta do the last 30 years of games too.
Remember when you used to count your pile of shame when there was some idea that there was a number that you could attach to it?
No, it's more of a spiritual thing these
Remember,
days.
it was a literal pile of CDs that sat next to your computer.
I'm crying because I've got lots and lots of 3DS games I need to play.
No, that lists like 3 games.
No.
The rest are terrible.
You're terrible.
I am, but 3DS sucks. Except for Metroid and Luigi's
Metroid is
Mansion.
pretty great.
And Fire Emblem's pretty great.
I can't actually comment on that. I know I borrowed a Fire Emblem off you, but
for a year, and
have I given it
took
back yet?
I took it back eventually.
Go you.
Yeah, I'm not letting people take my stuff.
You made the right call because I was not going to get around to playing that. because as we've already mentioned, the video games don't stop.
No, they really don't.
The funny thing is, so my wife, I plugged in the SNES Mini outside, and my wife was like, "Hey, I want to give it a go." Like, great, here, grab a controller. It comes with 2 controllers, which is nice compared to the NES Mini.
Doesn't come with an adapter though.
Oh no, it doesn't come with a power adapter, which is an odd choice. It is just USB powered, but still, seems a pretty minor thing. Kid buys it. Hey, can we play it? No. Have you got a phone charger around?
USB-C phone charger.
Yeah, you've only got USB-C or lightning charger or something. It's like, oh, well, I guess we're screwed.
I think I'm going to actually chain it through my Switch.
I was actually thinking you could probably do that, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, she said, oh, let's play a 2-player game. And I'm like, okay, well, she sort of wanted to play like a platformer. Like, oh yeah, play Donkey Kong Country. That'll be fine. But I forget you don't actually play simultaneously in Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, you swap, do you?
Yeah, you swap. It's either you take turns in the competitive mode, or when you when you're playing cooperatively, just one person has control at a time and you can swap.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, that's shit. I forgot that because it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Even though I've got Donkey Country downstairs, I don't play it with other people. I just play it by myself. Then can't remember what. Then it's like she loaded up Mario World. I'm like, no, that's just swapping turns. And then there was Kirby. I'm like, I don't actually know which Kirby. Couldn't find any sort of cooperative 2-player.
Yeah.
Like, most of these 2-player games are hot seat.
Yeah. I mean, you've got, I guess, Mario Kart.
You got Mario Kart. You got Street Fighter 2. But yeah, I was like, oh, for something that they've bothered to pack in 2 controllers to, they could have put some more straight up 2-player games. Some Zombies Ain't My Neighbors on there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm planning on playing Secret of Mana.
Yeah,
a bit.
Give us the box here. I'm sure there's other 2 players. They just weren't platformers, so we weren't thinking about it.
What do we got?
I don't think F-Zero's got a multiplayer in the SNES version. Secret of Mana, of course, is fantastic, but it also is 3-player. Where can I plug in the 3rd controller? Yeah.
So do they use the
not a
original
whole lot.
control? No,
No.
don't.
Same controller port as the Wii and the NES Mini and everything.
Wow.
It's just there's a flap at the front.
Yeah, you
just pull it out.
Pull that little thing out.
Which is a bit of a pity because it actually shows that it's the whole panel. The whole panel pulls out. There we go. Yeah. It's not it kind of ruins the aesthetics when you pull it out. Yeah. Oh well.
It's still cute.
It's a cute little thing. It works. The rewind thing works quite well.
Yep.
So it playing a game, you can't just access it at any time because it didn't add any extra buttons to the controllers. But you hit reset, it goes back to the menu. At which point you can hit save, and then if you hit load, you can rewind 5 minutes.
Oh wow!
And it's really responsive, and you go, okay, go back.
How long's
cool.
How long's the snapshot?
What do you mean?
Well, like if you rewind, is it like how long between each time jump when you're rewinding?
Is it 5
frame?
minutes?
Oh, okay. So it's actually that.
Yeah. You can do jumps and everything to do it faster, but yes, it's frame specific as far as I can tell.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's not like 10-second jumps or anything. It's just like, I'm just going to rewind until I'm good to go. It's not so usable that you'd really like. You can save scum, but not like when you're doing assisted runs in like the crazy Mario stuff where you're like saving every jump and like trying to get things perfect. It's like no. It takes you a few seconds to go back and forth.
Thinking what would be a nice use for that second controller is if you could put it into some kind of like admin mode.
System mode.
Yeah, so you can use it for rewinding or going to the reset menu or whatever.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It's true. It'd be some work.
And so I played Star Fox in order to unlock Star Fox 2.
Yep.
And then I didn't bother playing Star Fox 2 because I really don't care about Star Fox.
Yeah, I've always I've never really got into Star Fox that much. I think it's because when Star Fox was out, I was playing a lot of 3D games on PC, like your Red Barons and things like that. Yeah. And I always thought that the PC ones were just kind of better than the...
Yes, I mean, Star Fox is a product of its time. And it's kind of like... I was listening to someone talking about nostalgia for PS1 games and how there's not a whole lot because most of them were a bit janky shit. Not to say that there's not a bunch of gold there as well, but early 3D is rough. And so early 3D on a console that doesn't support 3D is even rougher.
So then there's Spyro. That looks good.
Does it?
Yes.
It's okay. I mean, if it's your style, it's fine. I mean, like I played through the first level of Star Fox. It was fine.
Yeah.
It's early 3D. It's like, yep, this is a fun thing to go back to. That's whatever. That's why I'm kind of like, I want them to do the N64 Mini, but I want it to have 4 controllers, and I want it to be the Mario Party machine. I want it to be Mario Party. I want it to be Mario Kart 64. I want this is what I want to pull these things out for. And like, even though there's not a lot of more than 2-player games on the SNES, so I'm not shocked that they didn't put in ability to have a multi-tap in there.
Look.
What?
It's changing.
Yeah, people can't really see that on the video.
And the people on the podcast really.
Yeah, the people that are listening don't know what look means, and the people that are watching, they can see a corner of the screen. There's a monitor going. They can't see detail.
Yeah, but it changed resolution by itself.
Oh yes. The demo mode of the SNES Mini actually flitches between the video modes, which excited Amy before the show. So because you can have interlaced, pixel perfect, or 4:3. I had the interlaced because I think most older games look a bit shit on LCDs.
Well, yeah, they were kind of meant to be played on phosphorus screens.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. What else? It works. It's good. I am going to hack it and put the games I really want on there, which isn't a huge change. But yeah, the hacking scene is already in there. The expected tools pretty soon. Yeah. I didn't realize how easy it was to do the NES Mini.
So it's not. It's just a soft mod or something.
Yeah, you open it up. No, you know the power, the USB power.
Oh, you put data over that?
You plug that into a PC, and there's a tool.
Okay.
And you put what you want on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it just running on Linux?
Well, I mean, yeah, the Linux variant is like, I'm not sure exactly.
Well,
what
it
what
runs
it is.
on the base of Linux.
Yeah, so I assume it's Android based with that, which is.
It's cool. Yeah, I didn't actually realize that it was that easy. I thought to mod that thing, you'd have to be opening it up and soldering and all that kind of jazz.
There's actually a message inside the SNES Mini. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's basically have fun, enjoy this. Which is only going to be found by the modding community.
Yeah.
So they know what they're selling.
Yeah.
They're selling, it's like, okay, you're selling nostalgia, and they're not selling games for it. Like, a few people ask me, do you connect to the internet to get more games? Like, no, there are no more games. This is it. This is the package. And there's a few games on there that I'll probably remove to make some space, and a few classic ones that I might chuck on there. And then I'll just go, I kind of really want to play Secret of Mana again.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of playing on SNES, but I really want to do it 3-player. So I got it downstairs. I got a multi-tab, but then I also do I have two friends? And the answer is no. I don't have two friends. So
I'm hurt.
why even dream?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to play it solo again. At least I know how to now. Man, that first playthrough was rough. When I didn't know you could hold the sword down. You got to charge that sword. It's a core gameplay mechanic.
I've never finished it.
You know, if you played it.
I played a little bit of it.
It's a good game.
Yeah. Well,
actually, going back to it now, I sort of forgot. It's been, I don't know, 5 years or so since I played it, and I kind of forgot the base mechanics, and it's a real good game.
Yeah.
It's real solid. I'm interested to see how that remake goes. You know what? Remake probably supports 3-player on a modern console.
Probably does.
Let's just wait.
Yeah. Just get some USB adapters for those SNES controllers.
I'll just get the Nintendo ones. Actually, yeah, that's it, because I think it's coming out on Switch, the remake. And then the Switch is compatible with the Nintendo controllers, which are just wireless SNES remote controllers. So we could use SNES controllers on the Switch to play Secret of Mana. Yay!
Victory.
Problem solved. I love it. Okay. I think that's enough SNES Mini.
Yeah.
It's there.
Cute little
It
thing.
exists, and less people seem angry about getting one. I had no problem, but we pre-ordered the day it was come up. But even Americans don't seem to be that upset by it. So,
Except by they got their crappy ugly one.
Yeah, their Super Famicon's a piece of shit.
Yep.
Ours is sexy.
I like some Super Famicom a bit better.
You're wrong.
You just like the purple and grey. Purple and grey is boring.
No, the Famicom.
Oh, you mean the
Japanese
one?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was just using it interchangeably.
Yeah, the Famicom's the red and white and gold-ish.
As in the
NES.
NES Famicom,
Yeah.
not the Super Famicom.
Super Famicom.
Super Famicom. It looks like the PAL one.
PAL one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the
Amy's double checking us.
The US one has the X and the Y buttons have concave on them,
What?
so they feel different.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's actually an improvement.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't believe you, James. You are going to burn in hell for that.
I'm wrong.
That's okay, but you mean the NES does have the gold and everything on it. Yeah, the Australian NES is just grey.
Yeah, it
a little
looks
bit of black and a little red text.
looks more like the US SNES.
Yeah. Scooby Dooby Doo. Okay. Let's talk about some video games. A very exciting game came out this week, which I am very in love with. It's called Golf Story.
It is.
And it's on the Switch. And it's only on the Switch currently. I don't know where else it's going. And we can't ask the developers because the developers
They're
are
super
mysterious.
Yeah. Apparently, they might be in Queensland.
Yes.
Maybe.
The company is registered in Australia, in Queensland, to 2 names. One of them, their initials, and they have the same surname. So they could be siblings, they could be married, who knows? But maybe they just coincidentally have the last name, who knows? One of them's name is Andrew, and the other one's unknown. And are there any other people in the company? I don't know.
Yeah.
Can we
Maybe.
meet them? I want
don't-
to say hi.
I
Buy
haven't
'em a
finished the
drink.
game, so it's like, now the credits? I got to check the credits, see if I
Yeah.
get some more names tracked down. Because I even tried to look this guy up, and other than the company email address, no information. No fucking
I
idea.
would-
Maybe that might be a PAX.
I don't know. I went to Twitter and I messaged them asking, like, hey, are you in Queensland? Nothing.
I had a theory.
Yep.
To make this game, they're independently wealthy because they won the lottery and they're secret millionaires that didn't want it advertised. So they don't want anyone to really know who they are. So secret millionaires or witness protection.
Yep.
That's also an option. Or reverse vampires.
Or
Or-
they could be aliens.
They could be. They could be, I don't know, boxers that dance. I thought I'd cue you off on that next dancing session there, Amy. So this is Golf Story. This is basically Mario Golf RPG, but done modern. And I've heard some people describe it as Earthbound if you took out the RPG combat and put in golf. And I think that's wrong.
You think everyone's wrong, Paul.
Well, it's just like Earthbound is one. It has a layer of fucked upness that this game does not have. There's that dark underbelly of the Earthbound that does not exist here, and it's also a bit more like Earthbound's more surreal and it's more about relationships.
Yeah, like your mum isn't calling you on the phone in Golf Story that I've seen.
Well, I don't mean like literally everything has to be the same, but yeah, I think it's not quite.
It's not those same kind of tones.
Yeah, but very surface level. Just this is a quirky RPG world. Yeah, there's plenty. It's like I have. Slight spoiler: I have fought mystical creatures. I have been at a murder mystery. I have all sorts of wild adventures in my golfing world, which is not golf, but somehow all still solved by golf. Amazing.
I wasn't expecting that. There's like a button when you're moving around the world to just drop a golf ball.
Yeah.
And then just hit it,
Yes.
or just throw one as well.
You can also throw the ball up in the air and then just whack it with the stick, just blind shoot. And all these things actually get used for gameplay mechanics as well, which is cool because there might be secret holes or buttons you've got to hit to open doors or something. So you're not just doing the courses, you're investigating the world and finding all sorts of secrets. It's very, very successful. It takes the RPG mechanics, so as you do more things, you get levels, so you increase your stats. I don't know, that doesn't feel super meaningful in it, but it's there. The best thing is really just the story pushing you along and just the wacky ideas they have with golf. But it all just comes down to doing golf. And those mechanics are really solid in it. The big problem with the game is that it's incredibly buggy. I have had it freeze on me 3 or 4 times completely. Like not freezes in the software's frozen, like input freeze. Just
okay. So
the game's just halted and nothing's going on and I have to exit. Never lost progress, so it's always just been, okay, reload, that's 20 seconds of my life gone.
You're never getting that back, Paul.
Yeah, I've had things where like, I'll walk out an exit and instead of going out the exit, my character will just go into black space. Then I just have to walk back and through again and then it works. Had my ball hover, just lots and lots of things that are just tiny things that would have been picked up by QA, which I think because these people are so secretive, they couldn't hire anyone to do QA. And so now like Reddit put together like a big list of bugs and they emailed it to them and they just said, oh, thanks, that really helps.
That's really handy.
Yeah,
Thank you for the bug list.
Because,
I'm available for QA.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like none of these things, and as I'm saying, like the game's real buggy. I've had a lot of bugs. None of them have stopped me enjoying the game. And that's a testament to just how solid the general game is and just how fun it is in going. And like that stuff is going to get patched up if it bothers you at all. I have no doubt of that because most of it's real simple. Like, yep, nobody checked this. No one checked this string. There's a typo in there, although I haven't noticed typos to admit it. But script's all right. If it's more quirky characters, sometimes I think the dialogue goes a bit too long. Oh, slight spoiler again. Fucking rap battle, and it's real good rap. I did it aloud as they were doing it because I'm like, I like these rhymes. Yeah, they're dropping a beat, and I put the rhymes in. Oh, and speaking of dropping the beat, at one point, straight up Seven Nation Army just stolen, put it in the song. Yeah, in MIDI form.
So that's the other reason they're hiding, just to kind of get
get under that.
Yeah.
I bet like there's just a whole like it's not I mean, it'll be a sound alike, but it's so fucking close. I was like, oh, guys, I don't care. Yeah. It's fun. Like, no one's buying this game to listen to that brief boombox play Seven Nation Army. It's a really, really impressive package, and I'm having a great time with it. And I don't know how many hours I've sunk into it. I would guess somewhere in the area of 12 plus hours so far. I'm a couple of areas away from the end, I can tell, but I don't know how much back and forth between the old areas that's going to then entail. So it's a pretty sizable game. It's only like $20.
Yeah, it's definitely cheap side.
And it's number one in multiple countries on the Switch store, which for something that, hey, they're so secretive, they like maybe they paid someone to put some ads up somewhere, but they're not doing press. People were hankering for this fucking game.
Well, there's nothing else really much like it.
Exactly. I think they bet on I don't even think they bet. They just said, hey, no one's making one of these. We should. And then the rest of the world said, thank you.
Yeah, because I've been surprised talking to other people about it at the just general appeal of golf as a mechanic.
And I don't like serious golf.
Yeah, like not like we're not talking like Tiger Woods or anything like that, but the idea of that mechanic of setting up the power on the ball and looking at the wind and looking at the tilt of the ground and stuff like that is very appealing to a large number of people, more than I really expected. It's I've been playing it as well. You've already heard my.
You can repeat your worries here, my friend.
My problem with, I actually have nothing too negative to say about it. The problem I've had is at its core,
you're not that into golf.
It's a golf game. And while I like the ball hitting mechanics, I enjoy that part. The golf part, I really don't like. And this is I've just discovered that I don't like golf games.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
But you used to.
I think I remember liking them, but having played
maybe I was just very loud next to you.
Yeah, I kind of have memories of when I was playing Mario Golf RPG, and I think I had the exact same problem where I enjoyed it
until you were told to play a round of golf.
It's not the hitting of the ball; it's the 9 holes. Where if you fuck up somewhere in the middle,
imagine if they did all 18 holes.
Which I'm sure they do at some point.
You'd be fucked.
Yeah. So it took me about 4 goes to actually get through the first course. And
my response was like, I didn't know that could fail. Yeah. I thought you just got a score and you moved on.
I didn't fail.
Oh, you just
got shitty at it.
Oh.
And so I was getting really frustrated with the most basic, easy part of the game, and I was actually really enjoying it. Up until the point it put me into 9 holes.
I thought I was talking to you about it, and because the stress of, hey, if you start fucking up a hole, ruins your entire score, and that's what was sort of stressing you. One of the things in a lot of the matches of golf is that it ends up being against another person, which makes it a per hole win or loss. So one hole's not going to fuck you up. Like you could do, well, you're not going to do 18 strokes because the other person will get it in 5 and then the round will be over. But it's like you don't have the stress of every single hole counting. That said, some of the ones that I just did recently, so sometimes they pair you up with someone else, and that someone else is normally awful. So they put you in terrible situations you have to get yourself out of, which is a fun thing in its own. And I was doing quite well, but then the opposition, and I assume it's just scripted to be this way in the story, suddenly become amazing for a few holes. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like getting two shots at a par 5 or something. I'm like, no. And thankfully, then they go back down. But I think it's just to scare you at that point. And it worked. I was like, oh no, I'm going to lose.
But I can't say it's a criticism of the game itself, because it's just being what it is. It's being a golf game. I kind of wish there was a way to at least, I don't know, like repeat holes a bit easier. Like I kind of want to be like, I feel like there's 2 games going on. There's like the RPG part, which I really enjoy, and there's the golf part, which I just fucking hate. And I would like to just do one of these.
Well, I floated the suggestion to you that they should have a in-game currency called do-overs. And so, in the RPG part, you can search the world and find a few do-overs. And then when you're in those longer matches, when you really fuck up and hit the water or something really, you can go do-over and you just restart that hole.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the golf games when as a kid that I played them, the ones I liked where they just let you mulligan. And it was just like, it was just an option in there. You just go mulligan, mulligan, mulligan. And then I think it was just like it'd fuck with the score, but you'd still kind of get through.
Spike Milligan?
So yeah, Spike, something like that.
Mulligan.
Yeah, I that's
James,
just,
what's a mulligan?
oh, when you do the whole again.
You sure?
yeah.
It sounds like something from Binding of Isaac.
The
The mulligan, I think it was.
I don't believe there's a monster. There may be some kind of monster called the mulligan.
I think it was to do with flies. Let me look this up.
You a mulligan or a
mulligan?
mulligant? Man, I love that you picked up on where the fuck I was going with that stupid reference joke that made no sense.
What? He knows something.
Yeah. Well, he shouldn't. He shouldn't have known that.
It's a second chance reform and action.
Oh, he said yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
so it has a general use term. It's not just a
Yeah.
golf thing or something. Okay. Oh, I mean, I've heard the term mulligan before, but I haven't used it. I didn't know its meaning.
I kind of want them to be a little bit Nintendo and just have the baby mode.
The win button.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk about that in the last couple, because there's I mean, we can just sort of bring it up now because I think we're sort of wrapping up Golf Story as well, so we don't totally over, but
So correct. It's in Binding of Isaac
There is
too.
something called the mulligan.
Yes, it's to do with flies. It's an item and it does stuff.
Lets you do the stuff
it
again.
does stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm.
I've done a
Tears
stuff
have
before.
a 1 in 6 chance of spawning an allied blue fly. So
Sounds good. Yeah. So baby mode. The new Assassin's Creed has a super baby mode in that it takes the entire game out of it. It's
I thought that was takes the assassin and the Creed part out.
Yeah,
It just leaves the origin.
Yeah, it just has the Egypt. It just has tourism mode where you get to explore the world with
ooh,
nothing in your way.
Yeah, I
Just
thought-
go for it.
That was really cool. I think it's a nice addition.
I sort of wonder, like, because I don't know if you can progress through the game at all that way, and that would seem kind of hard to do. But like these worlds, I spent so much time crafting them, and honestly, when I'm playing those games, I'm not appreciating them. I am. Oh, I've got to run through this market because I'm chasing that guy. Do I ever stop and look at the stores? No, not really. All this, I was like, yeah, okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Tourism mode, I get in on that.
Yeah, I think
so. You
it's
need
a cool
tourism
idea.
golf mode.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be great. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, it's yes. Should the question that's been coming up a lot in the last couple of weeks is like should games prevent you from progressing?
why?
Because most other forms of media, you don't have to be good at it to keep going. You can be a shit reader and still finish
Readable.
Infinite Jest if you want. It's like you can't fail at watching Naked Lunch.
You really can't. No, I just trying to think of how you'd even do that, but
Yeah.
no, you can't. I think it depends a lot on what the game's trying to do. Like I think something like Dark Souls, like should it have the ability to kind of skip through it,
I see the stuff.
the stuff. Like I have nothing against having those kinds of modes. I think they're
But
fine.
does it tempt sometimes? Like
Very.
when I've been playing Ruiner and I turned it down to easy instead of getting good. It's like,
Well, I think that there's definite value that comes out of putting up a challenge, and especially given that I can get frustrated at games pretty easily. If there's one where that challenge and that inability to get through forces me to get good, I think long term I end up enjoying it more. So I can kind of see that. But then if I'm just there to be entertained in a fairly frivolous way, like Golf Story, I'm there for the writing and occasionally hitting a ball. I'd kind of like it if I could kind of
what about
skip
throwing
through
a disc?
Probably would never throw the disc.
You got to throw the
You have
disc.
to? Yeah.
It's fun. It's like telekinesis. You can control it after you throw it.
I think
It's
because
great.
I was already just learning the golf mechanics. I was kind of turned off having to learn
And then the bowls mechanics.
there's balls mechanics.
Bowls.
There's lawn bowls in there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot more going on.
There's
than I
lots of
thought.
stuff going on.
Yeah.
This game's got it all. All sorts of ball games. It's great.
Except Frisbee. It's not a.
So
anyway.
I feel like I can just tie everything together
Yeah.
because like difficulty in games having an identity of difficulty. I decided after the world's gone nuts and giving Cuphead huge reviews, I should actually play the final version because I didn't really like it much when I played it in the past. I still hate it.
yeah. Yeah. Still looks great, right?
Yeah. My
Very pretty.
criticisms are not that it is a bad game. It's much like you in Golf Story. It's not for me, and it's not really surprising. I've never been in shmups, and I'm surprised how many people are now into shmups because it's a relatively unforgiving shmup. Unless you're just naturally pretty good at such a game, you will your gameplay will go like this. You'll start a boss. You might make your way through the first pattern, and then the second pattern will kill you because you don't know what the second pattern is.
Yeah.
You go, okay, now I know what the second pattern is. I'll go back. Great. The first one I did easily. Second one, I was still getting the hang of it, so I got through mostly all right. Now it's time for the third pattern. I'm dead. Okay, so I'll do the first one. Now I'm great at it. Second one, I'm pretty comfortable with. Third one, still a bit shaky. Oh, I didn't quite make it. So it'll be like 4 times to beat each boss. At least that's in like efficient ways. And I just find it so... I just find the whole holding down fire the entire time with no... The bosses never react to you doing anything.
It's just avoiding the patterns that come in.
Yeah, and that's what most shmups are. Not the ones I like, but like I like shmups where it's like, oh, this part of the ship has a beam on it. I will fire at that and destroy that part, so then that beam can't shoot me anymore. And at least as far as I've played, because I've only done the first couple of bosses, and then I'm like, this game is exactly what it was years ago, and I still don't like it. I don't know. It's waiting while avoiding patterns and holding down the fire button. And yeah, it can get real hectic, especially later in doing the parries and everything. And I'm not going to claim I got good at the parries or anything. Like that's still something that I've got to. Maybe I'll find a lot of.
That's one of the things
there.
you're ranked on, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Like like the first mission on I went through the first boss unscathed because I played it previously, and yeah, it's just like, yep, I fired at it with a heavy thing the whole time. I didn't get hit once, and I still got a C rating. Like, okay, so if I want to get high ratings, which I don't care about in games, I need to be doing the parry stuff as well, even though the first boss didn't really seem to need it. Yeah. But okay, I guess I should do it then.
I'm guessing later on with more difficult bosses, that's going to get pretty important.
Yes, I assume that'll be like required to beat some bosses. But yeah, I mean, like the game is a triumph of aesthetics. It is gorgeous. The soundtrack is really, really good. That's much improved since the past.
How were the platforming parts that made their way in?
I actually didn't do a platform.
Oh, really?
I just did a bunch of boss levels. Did 3 boss levels, and then I stopped. I don't know. I got to try them. As I say, like they were tacked on. So even if they're great, that's not the meat and potatoes of the game. So I should give that. I'm not going to give it a final thing because it's just not for me. But man, it looks fucking good. And if you're interested in shmups at all, it's bloody. Yeah, it's bloody pretty. You can do it, and I think you could get a lot of fun playing it with someone else. Just panicking and reviving each other and that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's the game I thought it was. I'm just shocked at how well it's doing. I thought it was going to be like, because it is such a divisive sort of thing that I thought it would be. I thought it would be a little bit harsher critically.
Maybe because I'm on the same. Like I thought that aesthetically it looks great, but mechanically it's going to not really land with people. Yeah. Maybe I kind of underestimated how much those aesthetics mean.
Or maybe people as a whole, especially if they're reviewing and the saying, I can still judge this objectively as a really good game. I can't just say it's hard. I don't like it's bad, because that's a terrible way to review things. If you think the hardness is unfair, that's something to say. But I don't think a game's unfair. I just think it's not fun. That's a pretty different thing, and it's only fun because of my personal taste. It's not. I mean, how do you quantify fun? Like 1 out of 3. That's what I say. But I guess, and the people that are into it, I guess the message has got out there because most people that buy it seem to like it. Well, so they're selling it accurately. Then.
Hey, and there could be a bit of an audience that hasn't been exposed to those kinds of shmups before.
I was very excited. A friend of ours posted that his young child, who is 11 or 12, I can't remember. I got really excited and they pre-ordered it and they didn't realize that it came out American time, not Australian time. And they were waiting up till 11 o'clock to play the game. Really, I said, I look forward to the negative review at 11:30. And he didn't really know why. Because like, isn't it supposed to be good? I'm like, yeah, but I hope your son's ready to get good. And the son is frustrated to the levels of abusing his family. Like, he's like, you guys shut up, you fucking ruined. Like, don't say fuck, he's young. It's like, you ruined it, you guys get too loud, and like, and stomping around, and he loves it. He thinks it's amazing. So it's like, great.
YouTuber in the making. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, it's giving him a challenge, and he's certainly at an age where he can get good. He can dedicate the time to it. He's not turned off by it. And like, oh, okay. Well, great. Actually, I probably would have been more into it at that age too. Now I'm just old. And I'm like, my time,
my precious time.
I could be playing golf.
Yeah, you really are an old man.
At work today, I was talking to a teacher around my age about how we do like noisy restaurants.
I have been to a restaurant that was so quiet it was super awkward. It was like this really,
that's a dream.
Yeah, it was this really kind of posh, fancy restaurant, but it was kind of like someone's house, like the kind of the way it was decorated. But so it kind of felt homely. But you went in and it was just deathly quiet. But there's a couple sitting next to you, and so it was like no one wanted to say a single thing, and like everything you said could be heard by everyone else in the room.
Awful.
It was like I like quiet as well, but I kind of want some white noise in the background just to kind of like
some music or something.
just something, just for a little bit of privacy on my conversation.
I might have said this on the podcast, so stop me if I did. But a few weeks ago, we went to this like Asian fusion restaurant. I'm like, oh, could you seat 6? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, we're pretty full. Look, I guess we can start you in the courtyard in the back, but there's nobody out there yet, so it'll be pretty quiet. I'm like, fuck yeah. Why would I never say no? This is amazing. It's great. If the waiter's in our area, they're only there for us. Come on over. It's great. I'll have some more of that free water. Thank you.
Ooh, and maybe some bread.
Who does free bread in Australia? I think that's an American thing. I've never had free bread. Oh, except for cheese toast. But Sizzle's dead now.
Oh, there's like 1 or 2 left.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Yeah.
But I've never been.
You've never been to a Sizzler.
Never
You've
been
never
to
had
Sizzlers.
cheese toast.
Nope.
We must track one down before they're gone forever.
Yeah. The cheese
And
toast
you
is
can have-
amazing.
But I don't want
No, it's
I
not.
don't want to love
But it is great.
I don't want to love it. It's almost gone.
Yeah. You gotta love it before it leaves you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. If you love something, set it free. And if it is disfranchised and closes down, then I mean, no one's gonna do it again. That's how
that old chestnut. Yeah. Profound words of wisdom.
I'm sad now.
Oh, I always thought that they should just do like a takeaway spin-off, which is just
Just the
cheese
cheese.
toast.
They could do that. They could really just have the
cheese
challenge.
toast and bolognese on
that's
potato
it.
skins.
And cold
Yeah,
pizza.
Potato skins.
They don't have pizza. They
But
don't
no,
have
like
pizza.
cold pizza.
Oh,
We could
yeah,
make
that's the
into a
other
big
idea.
franchise.
The cold pizza will be perfect. Oh man, wife got pizza last week, and I didn't eat very much, so I could just leave
Leave it in the fridge.
That's exactly. I deliberately didn't eat much, so it could get cold.
I was so disappointed. We bought some of those, put them in the oven, frozen pizzas. It was awful the next day. It's just so thin. It
they
just,
don't quite work.
The secret of those pizzas is you just use them as a base, and then you
Yes.
put more
True.
delicious
Yeah.
things on
Yeah,
them.
you have to
but
load them up.
they just went all wet and yuck in the fridge. It just wasn't nice.
Just like Grandpa's dreams.
What? I don't know where you're going with that one,
I
buddy.
don't know. I
scared.
started Grandpa. I'm like, shit.
Yeah,
Can't think
I'm
of anything.
like, oh, Grandpa, let's
What,
see where
what
this
part
is
of
going to
Grandpa's
go.
going to get cold and wet in the fridge?
I don't have any grandfathers.
Yeah, just trying to go for the sympathy, so I thought I'd just turn around.
Someone stole my Ben and Jerry's as well. This
Oh.
night's just been awful.
Yeah, it has. We got a new trailer this week for Red Dead Redemption 2, and it sure is the game that we expect it to be.
Yeah, it's a
Any
prequel.
thoughts? Yeah.
Yep, you play a Dutch gang or something like that. I don't know.
Well, it's the gang that Marston joins in the first.
Yeah.
Well, before the first game.
Yeah, it was very as expected. There's lassoing in there.
Oh God, you said that word so weird. It took me a while to process what the hell you're talking
Some
about.
lassoing.
Lassoing.
I wanted to really kind of like.
We all
It's-
have our
it's-
ballads.
Yeah, it's what a French lawyer does. He lassos. Yeah.
Sues.
My thoughts on it, like, because I was never that big into Red Dead Redemption. I didn't have too many strong opinions apart from it looked nice. The character didn't look particularly charismatic. I kind of remembered Marsden being more handsome. And so I kind of, is that the main character? He's kind of ugly
Not
looking.
handsome enough for
Yeah,
James.
I want a ruggedly handsome cowboy that I'm playing. And he wasn't.
You want a real like Heath Ledger type.
Yes.
You should play Overwatch. There's McCree.
Just one.
I feel
cowboy.
like I'm too old for Overwatch. I feel like
too old for McCree.
No, I just feel like there's a lot going on in Overwatch in the way it's marketed and the way the stories are told that I feel very disconnected from, like in the cosplaying
Would never be no. Just like don't even bother attempting to engage on that level.
No,
but there's so much of that level there. That's the
awful.
thing. It's not for me, but there's so much of it. That seems so much about what Overwatch is.
Yes, it's a very much a community thing, but the community sucks. Well, not fully. I'm sorry, but
No, I think you can.
Well, I mean, you're technically part of the community, so that is true.
but not all of it. I hate you.
Hey, I gave you like a charismatic out there. It's like, oh yeah, I'll be a little self-deprecating, and then I'm no longer calling a large section of people shitty. That's a thing that Paul does. You know who I hate?
Everyone.
Me.
The internet.
I like the thing that I decided when younger, which is just to randomly select an element from any sort of subset and just decide the one that I hate now. So countries was Latvia.
Yes, I remember your Latvian phase.
Oh, Latvia. Oh, I hate them Latvians. And every once in a while I'll meet someone from Latvia and I'll tell them, and like, what's wrong with Latvia? I'm like, nothing.
Nothing. Got to pick something to hate.
Yeah, gotta hate something. That's how the world works these days, right? It used to be Sony. But
my furrowed brow.
Yeah.
No,
that's got real legit reasons why. Well, I mean, that's the one we can't escape.
I think I've actually forgotten how to do it, so you might be in luck.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, I don't even want to attempt to do it in case I get it
right. Well, the
right.
deal that was set up when James and I were teenagers, that if he did this certain face at me, I would punch him in the dick.
Yeah.
Now, it is not a fair deal, but it is a specific deal.
Yeah, it was well defined.
Yes, it's well defined.
I understood the rules and the boundaries of this particular
Exactly.
rule. Yeah.
We actually went through a phase of that sort of rule set, which is just like, okay, like this is what I'm going to do. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm just saying
this is how
that's what's
going to
happen.
You've been warned.
Yeah, this is how the world is now. Really, we'd be fantastic dictators.
We'd at least be clear and concise with our dictatorship.
Oh yeah, I mean, people would know where they stand.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
you're right. Let's talk about some more. Oh yeah, so Red Dead. I find it interesting. Like some people went absolutely nuts. It's just
I think some people have been trying to generate a map from the trailer. Like, I saw like some article on like trying to disassemble that thing to generate a world map.
People are fucking insane. Yeah. People are nuts, and especially since that world's going to be enormous. Yes. From no perspective will you get an idea of how big that world or what shape it's going to be.
Is it going to be flat, Paul? Is it?
It's going to be flat Earth. Hopefully this is Rockstar are secret flat Earthers and anti-vaxxers, and they're slowly intertwining it into their games.
Oh no,
that would be great.
You had to just bring up anti-vaxxers, didn't you?
Well, they're everywhere.
Yes.
What do we have? Oh, yes, I saw a fantastic post today about someone wrote on Kmart's wall.
Yeah.
That I noticed you're selling hot dog and pizza costumes for kids for Halloween.
Oh.
And don't you know that those are symbols for pedophiles? I'm like, because of Pizzagate and all that shit.
What?
Okay.
And it's just like, no, they're not like. It was an amusing comment section because nobody buys into that crap. It's like, no, it's a pizza and a hot dog. And also, I mean, maybe you could say, why is this a Halloween costume? But Halloween isn't scary. No. It's just dress up for whatever.
I am glad that Halloween seems to be slowly gaining ground as a thing in Australia.
Yes, I like Halloween. It's just I've never been able to participate.
For the first time in like
forever,
a pretty long time, PAX isn't when Halloween's on, so we could actually partake in Halloween for once.
Oh, I'm going to go see Book of Mormon that night.
Well, no Halloween for you. One year we went to a very fancy club on Halloween night. It was Wargaming doing, and it was we knew it was fancy because the attendants were 85% Asian.
Ooh.
And out of those 85%,
how was that fancy?
Because they know where to party.
Okay.
And out of that 85%, 50% of those were dressed as Beetlejuice.
Nice.
Oh yes, now I remember that night. There was a lot of sexy Beetlejuice.
Sexy Beetlejuice. It was quite the evening.
Yeah.
Quite the evening.
I also remember it was fancy.
Is this where I say Beetlejuice as well?
No, don't.
You could say Beetlegeist.
Yeah, Beetlegeist.
But I didn't. I'm not gonna.
No, you're not going to do it?
No.
We've said it plenty of times now. It's done.
Beetlejuice.
He's dead. Apparently they're doing the sequel. That seems like a not great idea, but maybe it'd be amazing. I mean, Michael Keaton's done nothing but gold for the last 5 years now, and Tim Burton used to be good. So who knows?
Frankenweenie was pretty good.
I can't comment.
I saw it the other day.
Did he actually direct it?
I think he was.
Because he did the original short, but
yeah, I don't know.
It's like Burton didn't do Nightmare on Elm Street, even though it's a Burton. Oh, no, I mean Nightmare Before Christmas.
He really didn't do Nightmare on Elm Street.
He really
What?
He's just he's like a producer on it.
Okay, well, probably not then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, did I mix that with Corpse Bride? One of them he didn't do.
Corpse Bride is pretty good as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Well, I guess because he's not an. He is an. Oh God, who knows? Anyway, Tim Burton still hasn't been good in a long time.
What are you talking about? We've had some really good Willy Wonka.
Oh, fuck you. I hope you burn.
Do
you remember the songs? You remember the songs?
I hate that movie. You've got that. That
sing one for me.
You've got that stupid opening song in my head. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Sing it for me, Amy.
No.
I don't know how it goes.
Actually, I can't remember any of the songs from that movie.
They're awful. I had to watch it most afternoons at after school care in primary school. It was awful.
Wasn't it a very Danny Elfman soundtrack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just bloop, 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 bloop,
Oh, now I remember
bloop.
that one.
Yeah, bloop, 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 bloop. Oinga boinga. That's all we can do. Goodness gracious me. Down with Tim Burton. He should just be an art director. He's great at art.
Yeah.
As long as you like spirals and black and white things.
Yeah, and Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Yeah. He always casts the two people he's having sex with. Johnny Depp and
some other person.
someone else. I mean, I would too.
Yes.
Well,
Paul.
at least like 2000s era Johnny Depp. These days,
He's gone off the rails.
these
a bit
days
now.
he's gone mad.
Yeah.
He's gone mad with not giving a shit anymore.
Yeah, and spending apparently.
We saw the latest Pirates.
Oh,
Recently.
how forgettable was that?
Well, see, our friend was in the credits, so we watched those real
okay.
tightly. Yeah. He said, hey, look, there you are. You're an assistant.
I've been hearing positive things about Blade Runner.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah, I've been hearing very positive
It
things.
looks pretty.
I think it's out in Australia soon, like tomorrow. So yesterday
I don't know.
when the show
I saw
comes
the
out.
ads
It's out
for
very
it in
soon.
the train in the
Yeah,
bus
I'm
station.
pretty keen on seeing that now.
I still find the very idea of a sequel that has Deckard in it weird. But I mean, hey, if it's getting good reviews, it might be good, and I'd like a good thing.
I'd
rather
like
than
it to
not.
be good. I would. Yeah, I hope it is good.
Yeah. Whilst I may be cynical about a lot of projects.
But you do like it when things are good, though.
Yeah, I will never ever say don't give me a good thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, good things don't ruin anything.
No.
And you know what? Bad things don't ruin things in the past either. They just might make me care about the whole thing less. Yeah, Star Wars didn't get shit just because of the prequels. I just stopped caring about the extended universe. Anyway. Meh. Short news. Let's do some short news.
Go for it.
Darkest Dungeon's coming to the Switch, probably.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's not actually announced, but they showed it running on a Switch.
Yeah.
And I am hoping that unlike the Vita port, this one won't be shit.
Yeah. I would like to see a mobile version of it.
Yeah, I thought they did or were doing.
Oh, and then there's an iPad version of it.
Ah.
But there's not a mobile phone version of it.
I doubt, because they didn't change the interface, and the interface has to change to get on a phone.
Yeah.
It's too small otherwise.
Isn't Stardew Valley coming out soon?
I believe it's on Switch tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
As in today.
Today?
Yeah.
Yes, well, today is in the day
awesome.
that's
Well, I'm
releasing.
buying it.
Yeah, it should be on the store now.
I'm buying it as soon as I get home.
No, you're not, because you're not recording this tomorrow.
Oh.
It's releasing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh.
You got to do it different different times.
Stop getting me excited.
But no, by the time
I'm buying this as soon as I get home tomorrow. Well, which is today.
One of the things I found from doing a lot of network programming recently is I've gotten very comfortable with the idea of offsets in reality.
Yeah.
Like it just because that's what a lot of network programming is. It's just dealing with the fact that
We should just use a
something's happening
universal
in the
time
past.
code for anything. Just like stop using all our other time references and just talk as in a universal time code. It's like,
Plus 10, isn't it?
well, no, I can't vocalize it. It'd be quite a long number at this point. But
It depends what our epoch is. If our epoch is like now, then our time code's pretty good.
No, we're thinking back to the beginning of the universe.
Oh no, that's just minus whatever the now. So like we can still have
Yep.
a point of references now.
Yep. 0.
Can't be done.
You just did.
You're just shut down. Okay, yeah. I think large screen, actual controls, and if they could actually use the fucking touch interface unlike the Vita, and it will be big enough that you can read the interface much better than you could on the Vita. So it could be the version that is actually great. I mean, all versions still have a great game in it, but some of the interfaces are shit.
Did Solid Sanctuary ever come out on Vita? I remember being really excited for that.
Yes.
I don't really think it did.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that particular port was cancelled.
Use your internet
Your
machine.
research machine.
I remember being very excited.
Hawken is shutting down on the PC. It's still going to be on the Xbox and PS4, but the servers are being turned off for PC in the near future.
I guess no one's playing it
Hashtag
on
remember
PC?
Nosgoth.
Yeah, Nosgoth was pretty great.
Was good. This does suffer the same problem where no one's fucking playing it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh man,
everyone's playing Lawbreakers.
I loved Hawken. I used to play it 2-3 years ago, and I haven't played it since. Oh well, I guess everyone did that, and no one's playing it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I'm supposed to be searching.
You were checking to see if Salt and Sanctuary ever came out on the Vita.
That's it.
I kind of think it did because I think I installed it and then didn't play
maybe.
it because I liked it.
They
on
should bring it to
screen
the
more.
Switch.
They should bring everything to the Switch.
Neo is coming out on PC, so that's fun. Cool. You were playing Neo earlier this year. You liked it for a brief time and then never mentioned it again.
I can't even remember what it is.
Samurai Dark Souls.
Oh yes.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It eventually came out.
It's from I think Team Ninja. Someone. Can't remember. Someone who knows how to do combat. I feel like it was Team Ninja. That was a really good Souls-like. So I'm glad that's coming to PC.
Amy, do you want to become our research girl?
Okay.
Check who made Neo. NIOH.
I'm guessing Team Ninja.
Okay. Also, in the most exciting sequel news of the day,
Team Ninja.
Huniepop 2.
I know, it's so excited.
So much ethnic diversity this
I
time.
know. It's so great.
Yes, you can play. You can court a repressed slut.
Yes.
Yes, from an Arab country. I think it just says Arab.
Yeah, and no, her personality trait is
Arab.
Well, I was going to say was repressed slut.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Repressed slut was her actual
that's
description.
her
And
trait.
she's been brought up in just a very, very, traditional household.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm so excited.
I think her hobbies are likes porn. I think
one of the previous girls like that as well.
Yeah. They're bringing over some of the characters from Honeycam.
Which I remember you hated.
Which I thought was really interesting that because they had their Honey Direct? The Honey Direct video.
Yes. And the direct symbol was just
uses the penis. Yeah. But they did make special note that the characters coming over from Honeycam would be more fleshed out.
Yes.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Which is exciting.
But for me, it was a bit of an acknowledgement that one of the problems
awful.
that Honeycam had was, like the girls had no agency.
Yep.
And it was just actually insulting. Whereas Huniepop,
it just, they all had
it's
some
like
sort of personality.
they have agency, they have character, like they're people.
Yeah.
It's just sexy people.
Yes, exactly.
Sexy,
That you'll eventually into court
Huniepop is
using
exactly where I go for well-rounded female characters. It's I'm Catgirl.
Yeah.
No, please. Fuck me.
I like
very
Catgirl,
deep
thank
in.
you.
Hey, I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy it. I'm just saying maybe not a super well-rounded female
It's not,
character.
Well, she was there to serve her master. That's basically it.
I mean, I do get that.
But I think comparatively to a lot of games, though, I think it still does better in terms of having...
Especially in its genre.
Yeah, it... And I think it's one of the things which kind of cuts through the sleaze because I feel like it's sleazy, but I feel like that these characters actually have some kind of depth to them.
Yes,
that's
I
how
think
I justify
that as well.
it. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to give them gifts as well.
Yeah, you got to learn what they like.
Oh yeah, you got to buy that love.
Yeah. I'm super excited.
Me too.
They had another game on there.
Split Scouts.
Which is they say is not sexy.
No, but it's cute.
But it's cute and has some sass.
Just use your imagination. Yeah, and everything's sexy.
It is. It kind of reminded me of like the not Huniepop. What's that bejeweled thing with the Candy Crush?
The spiral one.
Yeah, the art style.
It's got kind of like a paper cutout kind of thing with flat sprites.
I was thinking more like Don't Starve-y.
Yeah, a bit Don't Starve.
But it's bright and pretty.
Yeah, and there's like, it looks like there's some kind of farming in there. They say it's like a puzzle game or something like that.
You have to collect badges.
Yeah.
I think it's cute.
I think it looks cool, but the main reason I'm there
Huniepop.
is for Huniepop 2, which they said will be next year sometime.
So
middle
that's
to late
sweet
next year.
swink wank material.
And I think they've improved the art slightly as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's by the same guy, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they said they have the whole team back.
Yep, it's
which
amazing.
Is predominantly female as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's exciting.
Paul's not as excited as...
Oh, I'll be excited. Don't you worry.
It's just because they're females.
It's not a... Hey.
Actually, that would be great if actually they did like a male version of it as their follow-up.
Yes.
Just make the main character bi and just mix them up.
The character was bi in the first one. You could choose to play female.
I bet it's a female.
No,
they just missed out on a couple of juices.
Yeah, it's like your main character was either straight or lesbian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the main character wasn't bi.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta...
Yeah, You could probably have some trap characters.
Yeah.
Like some anime trap characters.
Trap characters?
They're like, they look female, but they're actually male.
They maybe. I actually think it is a bit of a missed opportunity if they didn't include male characters in there. That would be...
Yeah.
I would like that. I don't know how much of their customer base would like that.
Well, at least this part would.
Yes.
That's all right. I'm not criticizing you.
There's some
I'm just saying that some people.
Yeah, you're probably right. The predominantly people playing that are probably not there for that.
I'm so
I mean, they
excited.
should be.
Yeah.
I mean, the world would be a much better place, wouldn't it?
Yes. Yes, it would.
Sure, it would be. I would love it. I think that's all I had in my little news list today.
Huniepop, though.
Huniepop, yes. So before we get on to the main event.
There's a main event.
No. I mean, yes and no. Yeah. No, it's just let us talk about James's game of the week.
Yes.
Hob.
Yeah.
So I'll talk about the next first 10 minutes.
So,
and then James can
then I can just nod and smile. So after
Torchlight 2.
Torchlight 2. Well, I was going to say after me rage quitting Golf Story when I realized that I hate golf.
I thought the story was totally different. I corrected you in the wrong way. You hesitated. I'm like, I'll jump in here with my snitch hat. That's what it's called, the snitch hat.
So after realizing I'm not going to like Golf Story, I saw that Hob was there, Hob from Runic Games, and that they started, I believe, after Torchlight 2. It's been in development for a very long time.
I think it's 5 years.
I think it's about that.
2012, I think we looked up when Torchlight 2 came out.
And it's a pretty big departure from their usual kind of MO of what they do. Big-ish.
Big-ish.
Yeah. So it's still action RPG, but much more going down the route of probably something closer to Zelda-ish. I'd even want to say like maybe a little bit Ico.
Yeah, maybe. It's still the same perspective.
Yeah. So it throws you into this world where there's no explanation given to what's going on. It uses it's deliberately kind of language. You take that thong toast.
The toast just come in and steal James's thong.
Yeah,
off he goes. He's going to ruin that.
That's fine. There's already full of toast bite marks. I'm not precious about that thong.
I hope not, because it's gone.
He walked out with like such like swagger of like this thong is.
He
mine
did.
now.
I could feel his like hip swaying against my leg. Like I gotta go.
I came what I got.
Yeah.
What?
I came. I took. I left.
I chewed that thong.
There we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes.
Yeah. So they make a point of it being very I'm going to say verbal, but like not having much in the way of written storytelling. So the game kind of opens up and just sort of throws you into trying to figure out what's going on. And what do you...
Amy just really loved Toast's intervention there.
Oh, okay.
She's broken.
And my initial impressions were not particularly positive.
Yeah.
I thought that the menus were kind of a bit like... They seemed a bit underbaked.
I saw those menus for approximately 3 seconds.
Yeah. But like, it's still like they didn't have this kind of air of polish to them. Like it, like it's in little things, but things like the loading screen was like very kind of blocky with how it's coming in. Like it looked unpolished.
Yeah, and actually the opening credits I did like they've got a few like sort of mechanical shapes, and they looked like nothing. They're just someone threw this together in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This is...
and I think when a game's been in development for a long time, that's when you can see things like that. I felt like there was a bit of kind of pushing it out the door. But then when I started playing it, and saw the level of attention and things like the animation and things like that, it kind of started to hook me a lot more.
One of the things that I noticed quite a lot was the fact that lighting effects made all the textures in the world turn off for me all the time.
You're playing the PC version?
Yes.
Well, I was playing the PS4 version.
On a Pro. Because the reports are that the normal PS4 version has very poor frame rate issues.
I had a lot of very bad frame rate issues. So this is another thing where I think there's a lot of optimization problems. I'll even say in the last confrontation of the game, I was playing that at probably sub 10 frames.
Ooh,
it was real bad.
I wasn't having frame rate problems on the PC. I was having, texture problems.
Yeah, it was. There were certain areas where it would drop to kind of like 5 frames. It would generally be during some kind of cutscene or something, so it wasn't that big a deal. I found when I moved around the world a lot, I started getting a lot of hitching as I was streaming in the world and things like that. But it was never. I was never screwed over because of it. The majority of the time, it was fine.
Yeah.
the reason I was finding this kind of loading hitching is because one of the things I really like about the game is when you get further along, you get around real fast.
Okay.
The traversal mechanics feel really good. Like it does a good job at if you walk up to a ledge, he'll just sort of vault up.
Yep.
And so you never really have to jump to get up steps. You just sort of point the direction you want to go, and it'll kind of hop up. And so I found there was like this real joy of movement and kind of getting around. But because it's a game where there's a lot of you can die like that. Like it's kind of instant death a lot of the time if you fall off like the edge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I don't know.
Like if you there's a lot of falling.
Yeah.
There's an achievement for finishing with less than 5 deaths. I probably died over 100 times. Like I died a lot. But most of them were from falling, and this is something else that I really liked about this game is that the death. So every time you die, you just respawn into like a cloning vat or something.
Oh, yeah.
And there's all these different animations when he comes out as well, which I thought was really cute. But you're never that far back. So I never, for a game which is about falling off edges and dying all the time, I never got that frustrated.
Okay.
And there were some times when you need to do, like have pretty good timing for jumping and running through things. But the retry was so fast that it was like never that big a deal.
So kind of Meat Boy-ish.
Not that fast. It was not that kind of granular, like that kind of like high skill jumping. Because it's actually also fairly forgiving if you fall off edges, he'll like grab onto it.
Yeah, if you walk off an edge, he'll grab it instead of you falling.
Oh.
That said, before you continue,
Yeah.
a few things I would disagree with.
Okay.
Joy of movement. One of the things that turned me off this game after I put it a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Was look, whenever there was a puzzle, it was very much I see how to solve this very boring puzzle. And I got to pull this crate. I got to go up there, push that button, then jump down and pull the crate somewhere else. And it was so slow to move around and crate rushing. And then I had a few bugs with the crates as well. I had to reload a puzzle twice. And it was weird. When I went back to it, it was already solved. I'm like, but why can't I continue? It just showed it was solved. I actually had to do it again.
Okay.
Stuff like that. But yeah, the movement I found like when it was puzzle solving, it was not like Inside where it's like, hey, I can see how to solve the puzzle. I can solve it super fast and it's done. It was like, this is like old school game.
I still found the puzzles were really simplistic. Like for me, and I finished them still pretty fast. Like every now and then, it'd be like, all right, pull this crate, put it over there. But for me, the puzzles were less about having like some complex solution. It was more, I just had to kind of. This was a game where I never felt totally directed on what I had to do. I just explored the world. Yeah. And I'd stumble across what I had to do to finish it.
See, I think that is good. Like, I did enjoy that element of it quite a lot, but I did, like, I'm thinking of a puzzle in very particular there, but there's a few like it. They're too complex because they're not complex enough to be interesting, but they're too complex to be like, I got it, move on. They're just like, okay, I've got to spend 3 minutes doing this bullshit for no reason. It's
I don't remember having puzzles that long.
3 minutes is probably an overstatement. Like, it felt, especially since it crashed on me and I had to do it a few times.
I think
it's quite,
the points where I got stuck was more, I have to find where in the map to go. So it'd be, for me, the puzzle solving was like, all right, I can see I need to get up there. How do I get there?
And I think part of that, whilst I enjoy exploring, the perspective is a weird choice.
Yeah, because you can't even pan the camera around.
Yeah.
And there were some times when, because the game will drop into a low cam sometimes, so you get a bit of a vista shot.
Especially if it wants to say, you're supposed to go over there.
And there were times when like I wanted direct camera control so I could just have a look to see where I had to go, because there'll be something obscuring it. I'm like, I want to get there, but I can't see the environment.
Yeah, what's the way in? Yeah. Am I even allowed to get there yet? Or does that come back from another environment in the future, which it often does, because it is sort of a maze. And that's where I go, like, if for a game that does like the journey or even Dark Soulsy thing, it's like that put in the distance, make your way to it. You actually can't see what the path is. It's just I'll just make my general way in that general direction.
I think that the way I played it was that I'd just do that. Yeah, the first probably 2/3 of the game. It says, all right, you get like an objective of like probably go over this direction, and you kind of head that way, and if you get stuck, you kind of look at the map and see, I haven't explored down this area, and it would often circle back around and you get there a different way. Later on in the game, you open up all the shortcuts because you do a bit of backtracking, running around. And I found that was more, I learned the environment, I kind of knew how to get there, and I kind of run around and get around pretty fast.
And otherwise, also platformers from a fixed isometric perspective, I don't think they did their due diligence in making sure that all those jumps are lined up quite as cleanly as they should be.
For the vast majority of them, I was fine.
Yeah, most of them were absolutely fine.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while, I do want to go like, it's a little bullshit.
Yeah.
You put two things that look like they're in line with each other, and they were less in line with other than we thought they were.
I was trying to think of like, what about this? Because it was definitely one of those games just felt a bit special to me. Like there was something about it that was connecting. Because I don't often finish a game in a weekend.
Yeah. You blasted through it. I was really surprised.
Yeah, like I was basically spent a day. Like I got in the evening, like the night before. I'm like, oh, I like this. And the next day, I just played through it and just smashed it out. I think part of it was it reminded me of. I'm going to even throw out Little Devil.
Oh yeah. That's a good reference. Little Devil,
which is a game where you play a tiny little red devil, exploring an environment where there's very little explanation of what's going on, but there's this kind of feeling of discovery as you walk around trying to figure it out. And part of it was that it was like, I don't really know what this world is. I haven't finished it. I don't really know the story. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But there was just this like discovery as I was going around. And I think another thing I really liked was the way I was rebuilding the world, because that's basically what you're doing.
Yeah.
And the way things would interconnect, and like you'd activate an area and all these pieces would move and slot together in a really satisfying way, because it was almost like jigsaw pieces, where like the world will suddenly reform and it'll look all kind of consistent, but the whole thing's just moved around.
Okay.
And you're doing things like turning on the power, putting the water back on, like you're kind of fixing this world. And yeah, like that I felt really satisfied with as well. So I'm surprised.
I was coming off kind of sounding pretty negative about it. No, I still thought it was a good game. It was one of those games that I played and went, this is really solid. I don't know if it's got enough unique about it to be standout. But I mean, you obviously it grabbed you.
Yeah, the combat hooked me as well. I enjoyed the combat a lot. I mean, it was pretty simple, but I like the dodging, and you're going around and you got to like pull bits off enemies and get behind them and like hit them in the back. I had enough there that I enjoyed.
There were some fun enemies. Yeah, I also like the enemies. They can also damage each other, which is always fun in a game like that.
Because there's not any big bosses in it. Everything you fight in the world is just creatures. Even the final encounter, it's like that's probably as bossy as it gets. But I was kind of waiting when I was playing it, like where's the health bar? Up on the screen. That never happens. It's just you learn how to beat things. They get progressively more difficult. You get progressively more powerful. I think its biggest failing is it just feels underpolished.
Yeah, it kind of
feels a little bit buggy. Like you can tell that there's a lot of love that's gone into it, and like I can tell this is like, at least for someone, this was a game they wanted to make.
Yeah,
and they've done a good job at it, but it just needed a little bit more time to polish it off. But it probably just reached that point where it's like, no, we got to get this thing out.
Yeah, as we say, it's been a long development, and it's not like a game that's going to keep people playing for a long time. It is how long would the game have taken you to play?
I reckon I finished it in probably, I'm going to say 10 hours.
Yeah, so it's like a 10-hour game with very little replayability. Yeah. It's not going to bring them all the bucks, even if it's moderately successful.
I hope it makes the money. Honestly, when I think about it, if it's just 5 years of development, I hope it pays for itself.
And I don't know how big the Runic Games is.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to make enough as much as Torchlight did, which is be still making them buckets of cash. But I think it's I really enjoyed it. There's a lot in there. Like nice, it was kind of polished up a bit. I could probably put like another 3-4 hours into it if I wanted to.
Just getting collectibles, getting all the upgrades and everything.
There's a lot of stuff that I haven't got yet, but I don't feel particularly compelled.
Yeah,
to kind of do that.
Yeah, Hob.
Hob. Dumb name.
Hob on a cob.
Yeah.
I thought it meant something.
No, I don't like the name. You Google it and you find Hobbs or something else.
Yeah, names are hard, but I can tell you when it's a bad name. And Hob doesn't grab people.
No,
it's meaningless and doesn't grab people. Like, you probably shouldn't have advertised that as early as you did and had another think about it.
Yeah,
you could have called it Robot Arm.
Yeah,
yeah. At the beginning of the game, you're like this little boy. Let's call it. I mean, it's some kind of
creature thing.
Some sort of creature in a hood, bit Journey like, and you're walking along with your big robot friend. And your arm gets poisoned, and so your robot friend rips your arm off and attaches his arm to it. So
nice.
You're this little kid-style creature with a great big robot arm.
Nice.
And you get to upgrade that throughout the game. Get all sorts of fancy abilities.
Get all like new buildings.
Reminds me of a thing I saw last night. There's been this what am I going to say? There's recently been a sort of more popular genre being like mecha girls in Japan. And this one of the girls, she has a robot companion, and she's also got like robot bits all over her, and she can turn the little monster into a chair.
That's really convenient.
Toasty, would you like to be a chair?
Could you turn into a chair, little buddy?
You know, by the next episode, Toast will have a brother.
Oh,
And
so
together,
exciting.
we could have a chair and a footrest.
Lots of puppies.
So many puppies. So many puppies. Yes, we're getting a rescue.
yes.
His name is Dusty. I think we're going to keep his
Gonna
name.
keep the name?
Yeah, probably.
Dusty's not a bad dog name.
It's a good name. And
Toast
I mean,
and Dusty.
he's 2 years old and he already responds to Dusty, so why
Yeah.
retrain him with a different name? Might as well. Toast and Dust. There we go.
I'm not going to be the single child anymore.
So here's my final game for the night.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Jettomero?
I have not heard of
I
this.
sort of like, I think it's supposed to be like Jettomero or something.
Yeah.
It's like a bit hard to say with that. So this is a little game, a small publisher sort of sent in just like, hey, have a look. And I took a key and then I forgot I took a key and they wrote back and said,
Oh,
hey, have you looked at it? Like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck, no, I forgot.
Better look.
Okay, so in this game you play the Iron Giant.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And the reason I went for it is it actually looks amazing. It's a game made by one man. And in that you play a robot in space. Big red robot. It's cell shaded. It's got like a cool it has a whole bunch of filters. You can change them in game as well. So you can like just have the standard there. You can make it like pop art. You can make it all black and white. You can do, and most of them are pretty cool to play around with. And you fly through space and you land on planets and you walk around those planets, just collecting energy and collecting upgrades. Well, not even upgrades, just aesthetic changes to your robot. It's the movement system he's got for the robot. It's just walking around, and it's like Mario Galaxy where you walk completely around these planetoids because you're quite large. Except you're not that good at walking. You're not that coordinated.
Yeah.
And so you sort of stumble around, and then there's not a run button. I'm going to describe it as a skip button. So you sort of like do an awkward skip and a hop and a jump, but there's people on these planets, and you just want to, you don't want to destroy this. You're there to help.
Yeah.
So you like just try to avoid the buildings to get the stuff, and they start attacking you. You're like, oh no, I'm just trying to be help. Now here's the thing. I don't think you're so big and powerful. I don't think the humans ever in the game can actually hurt you. You just apologize the whole time. And then eventually, each sort of universe you go to, there'll be one planet that has like a Godzilla-style monster on it. And then you have to do like a laser beam fight where it's like hotkeys and you gotta go through that. And here's where the game gets a little bit weird. Once you defeat the monster, you're like, get a headache. I'm getting information. And then game turns into a weird cryptology logic puzzle.
Nice.
Where you have to, there'll be a key and there might be, say, 4 keys that you can mess around with, and they'll respond to sets of letters on the thing. And then you have to cycle through them until you can get the text to turn into actual words. It's very basic cryptology, but it's like, okay, you look for the short words and you're like, okay, so this is probably it or 2.
Yeah.
And you start seeing that and it starts making all the words make sense. And it's like a little logic puzzle and then you get like a motion comic of like the history of what's happened to the humans and everything. And then you shoot off to the next universe.
Nice.
It's simple, but it's joyous to play. And each part is actually pretty solidly made. The biggest problem is that it's not really a challenging game. It's got quite a lot of detail in things. It's like you're flying through space and you see an item appear. You hit it and you'll start like going through rings in space and like, I think I'm getting it. I don't even know what I'm getting from it. It's like, hey, here's another thing to do. There's a photo mode and you can play with all the filters in front of the camera and take pictures. You can give yourself like a big top hat and like fancy mustaches and give myself a robot 6-pack and all sorts of fun stuff. It's like a fun little package, but as a game, it doesn't necessarily have a lot of gameplay to offer, but it's cool. And it's asking, I think, $12 US on Steam. It's probably asking a little bit much because it's not.
So it's a bit of a chill out game?
Yeah, it's fun. It's the sort of thing that, I was actually going to show you guys before the show, but we were a bit busy. It's like, this is a game I want to show people. It's like, this is a cool little thing. I hope it can then lead on something else. Yeah, but it's one guy, and when I first played it, I was like, oh, this game is really awkward to play because it's just showing me keyboard prompts on the screen. It's playing with a controller, except I can't work out all the controls on the controller. Like, I'm having to hit some of the keys on the keyboard, and then when I get to the robot battle, it's almost like typing of the dead. I've got keys are all over the keyboard. The mapping's weird. You're like, man, this guy really needs to add proper controller support. It turned out I just needed to turn the controller on before I launched the game.
Oh, yeah.
And it's designed to play with a controller.
Yeah.
All the controls make more sense with a controller. The game plays 100 times better with a controller. Like, I just didn't check properly. Yeah. But I mean, the game could check whilst live and then change those prompts. So that's a bit of a problem with that. But no, it's a really fun little game. It's Jettomero. So Jettomero. So again, not a super strong name.
Yeah, a little. If we're struggling pronouncing it,
but I mean, it's one of those things like joy of movement. It's like when you launch off the plane, you struggle, and then you pop up, and then it sort of sputters a bit as you fly through space and everything. Like, it feels very cool. It's got those sort of touches like when you go through a wormhole, you just hit the face buttons and like little particles pop out and play musical tones and stuff like that. One of those things that has like a nice level of polish and like details there to explore and have fun with, even if the overall game is very simple.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've enjoyed it. I think I've played about half the game.
Okay.
So you sort of, as far as I tell, you do the same thing in every world. You just don't have more planets, and the humans get progressively angrier at you. So please stop killing us all. Like, I'm sorry. I'm
trying to help.
I just need to get those new boots. I needed new boots. I hope it turns out that you are the great monster that destroyed humanity.
They kept having these Godzilla monsters to try and stop you.
Yeah, trying to stop me from destroying the universe. It probably is something like that, frankly. No, it's good fun. Good fun. So you, James, have been playing some Mario Run.
Yeah, so there was a 3.0 patch recently for Mario Run, which it hasn't had the best kind of long tail for Nintendo. But in this one, they added in this new mode called Remix 10.
Okay.
And it's this really... I've actually been playing a fair bit of it.
Yeah.
What they do is they get... I'm going to say about 5-second snippets of levels.
Oh.
Yeah, like it's super short, and they make you do 10 of them. And so in each of them, there's 3 coins to collect.
Yeah.
And if you miss them, that's okay. You just move to the next one. If you get them all, good for you. You get a bonus, and that's it.
That sounds... I didn't know anything about that. That actually sounds great.
Yeah, I didn't really enjoy Mario Run in its original form, even though they did add an easy mode so I could get through stuff, because that can get surprisingly hard.
Lucky you.
Yeah. But yeah, the Remix 10 mode, it's just really quick and easy. You play it, you win things to put in your garden at the end, but I think the garden's dumb and I don't care. But just like...
I gotta get my town, I gotta get my toads.
But just that little, like, if you want to like play for a minute, just do a bunch of little challenges. That's great.
Because it's on sale as well. I hope it's still on sale because I meant to buy it.
I think it is. So I think it's half price.
Yeah.
And I think it might still be now. Because that's the other thing, that problem that they had was that the price was pretty high for what it is. They've also added in some new worlds. I don't really care because I haven't even finished the worlds over there.
But that's more bits for your Remix 10.
Yeah, but more for the Remix 10. I think if you do enough of it, you can unlock Daisy as a playable character.
Ew.
But I don't know. I just like every now and then I feel like
you're a bit of a Daisy, Amy.
I'm not.
How so?
I don't like her.
Female, you got sort of chestnut hair.
I thought I had red hair.
Tick the boxes.
I mean, chestnut's a diveration. That's not a word.
Deviation?
No, not deviation.
Deridation?
No, none of us are getting close to it now.
It's getting worse.
It's reddish.
Degustation?
It's chestnutty.
Pew.
I mean, you know Ariel.
Who'd want to be Ariel?
Me.
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
Sebastian scene.
I want to be Sebastian.
I want to be where the people are. I want to see him dancing. Anyway, man, I haven't watched Little Mermaid. Let's go watch Little Mermaid.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do
it's
it.
A good movie.
I don't need to go to bed early.
It's goodness. Okay. So anything before we finish up this episode?
I will quickly.
No, not enough time.
I was going to say I found Equilibrium with Destiny now.
Oh yes. I thought you found Equilibrium with Christian Bale to be a adequate film. But not
there's that too. But you notice I've been playing Destiny and I finished Hob.
No,
these things happened.
I didn't give a moment's thought of this.
No, you didn't. I've now found like it gives you like a small amount of work to do. I use the word work again. A small amount of activity to do to get yeah, let's stick with work. But I've been doing the raids now. Oh, the raids. Sorry, no, the Nightfall. Still doing those, and they're on to the third one I've done now. And I kind of enjoy that each one of them is a bit of a puzzle because they add in these little variants on what you have to do to solve it to get through, and then you have to work as a team to figure it out. I'm having
a real trouble like paying attention.
No, it's actually like it feels like there's a good chunk of game in like having to work with friends to figure out what combination of things we need to do to meet these particular challenges.
I hear the raid without guidance is a massive bitch in that regard.
Could be. I haven't done the raid yet. I'm still terrified of the time commitment.
Do you think I should level up and do the raid with you?
If you want to.
No, I don't.
No. You might actually enjoy it.
No, it's too much time. It's too much time. And that's...
It's a lot less than it used to be. Like, you can be engaged with it. I'd say you could get away playing 2 or 3 hours a week.
A week?
Yeah.
But that's time I could spend on...
golf.
all the other games I play every week.
To do, like, the 2 milestones which get you good gear, you can knock them out pretty fast.
Oh, yeah, but I don't have to care about that. I can just wait 3 months, wait for the next thing, and then do one thing, and then I'll be powered up to the same level as you anyway, and I don't have to do that shit. You can only carry a few guns at once. I don't need them all.
I like to do that shit.
She can carry 4 guns
That's
at
good.
once.
It's not for me. She can do a lot. The she is Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Because Amy has gone rifling through amiibos again. Because she's sick of listening to us talk. Do you have anything exciting to talk about, Amy? Oh no, we put too much attention on it now.
I don't.
Amy, we want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, tell us how angry you are about your Ben and Jerry's being eaten.
I'm speechless. That's why I'm just so mad that I can't.
What flavor Ben and Jerry's was it?
It was fudge, chocolate fudge,
and it is gone. You have no more Ben and Jerry's.
Have you been watching anything on television or on the movie cinema screen?
Adventure Time mostly. That's it. It's easy enough. I finished watching Ray Zero. That's an anime where the main character he dies and he gets brought back to life and he can't talk about it, and that's never resolved. And I got really angry.
That happened to me. Oh shit!
He can't talk about it though. He because I think he gets injured by the witch who's apparently controlling him or something.
That happens.
Yeah.
So was it good?
I enjoyed it until, the ending was just blah.
You were doing quite well till everyone died. Well, anyway, that's good. What else? You've been doing a few jobs recently?
Yeah.
Are you enjoying the working life?
Yeah, I'm a receptionist now.
Oh, where are you receptioning? You at QCAA or something?
Yeah. I look after everyone's QCS stuff and file certificates.
That's exciting.
It's all right.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's work. It works. Yeah. That's good.
Pays very well.
My old maths teacher designed the QCA. Well, he was one of the
people. You name drop.
Yeah. Exactly. The test which will no longer exist in like a couple of years. It was all right. We did the maths behind it as a lesson. It was interesting enough. Good times. Okay, enough Queensland high school specific talk. I think we've done that. And our Amy minute is over. Okay. So, Amy, the focus doesn't need to be on you anymore, unless you'd like some more focus.
I'm good.
I wish I could remote control the camera and just zoom in on Amy at this point. It's like, this is the Amy show. The Amy hour. The final hour of 8.5-bit will be nothing but Amy.
Just Amy, she's dead. She dies at the very end. Spoiler.
Spoilers.
But it's an hour till you die.
Yep.
It's going to be excruciating.
I know, it is.
It's like, everyone eyes on Amy.
Please don't let me die.
Well, I have to start putting up those Amy specials. Spyro. My first 70 hours of feelings about Spyro. It's a 12-part series. The 12th 70 hours is the best. Okay, I think that's enough bullshit and enough trying to make Amy uncomfortable. Oh, I mean, we can do more.
We can keep going.
No!
Thank you for watching 8.5-bit. You can catch that all listening to. You can catch it on our website, our Twitter, our Facebook. Please like and share anything like that. Subscribe to us on iTunes. And if you do, please leave us a review because reviews help us share the love. I've been your host, Paul.
I've been James.
I'm still Amy.
Is there anything we're looking forward to next week?
Box Dance.
Stardew.
I mean, it is
Blade
a game
Runner.
that's been out for a long time.
Yeah, but I haven't played it yet. It's coming out on Switch,
Yeah.
so
That'd be good. True. And Blade Runner, yeah.
I'm not going to the movies. As
Why
far
not?
as I know.
I need to go see Mother.
I need to go see Mother.
So I saw an article calling it potentially the worst film of the century, which made me very excited.
I know the basic premise, but that's about it.
I don't.
Why would you even want to know that? It's just Aronofsky. It's going to be interesting one way or another.
It's by the Hunger Games girl. She's the main person, isn't she? She looks like Taylor Swift.
That's so many jumps there.
We end on Taylor Swift.
No, we can't say that Mother is by the Hunger Games girl who looks like Taylor Swift.
Or we can end there.
No. We need to give Aronofsky his props, even though he's made some weird movies. That Noah film, how the fuck did that ever get made?
I think I couldn't get through it.
That was no. You need to get through it, man. You need to give it another shot.
No, I think I did get through it. It just took a few goes.
It's how that ever came to being. I don't know. It's amazing. It's great. Anyway, bye.